All right, guys. Hey, it's Mike here at CrossFit Goldsboro, 95 East Barbell. I've got one of our weightlifters with us. Labor Day is coming up, so I thought it'd be pretty special. We've got one of our military, our staff sergeant, Darian Betancourt, and I'm gonna give a quick bio on him real quick. But he's 23 years old. He just picked up staff sergeant in the United States Air Force. He's been doing Olympic weightlifting for 2 years. And him and me have a lot in common. We have wonderful mustaches. And we also come from Camp Lejeune. Both of our families are Marine Corps. His father was, my father was. So we kind of grew up in the same area. And I think our high schools were kind of rivals and stuff like that. So pretty cool. But we've got a lot of similarities with being Jarhead's son. So that could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. It's a lot of fun. But I got Darian with me. I've got several questions I want to ask him about weightlifting, how he got started in it. He just got done doing nationals. That was July 4th weekend. That was in Detroit. His first time qualifying for it. We'll talk about that experience, what he did leading up to that, what his training was like. He's got some incredible stories with that. And then just to start off with Darian, one of the questions I was going to ask him about is camaraderie, sportsmanship. Every time he comes into the gym, even today, we just got done training. He hit several PRs for us, but he walks in, he gives people his knuckles, he has fun with his warm-up, and then when it's time to get serious, it is a ton of fun to watch. But Darian, we'll just talk about how you got started in weightlifting.
So I think it starts back from high school, actually, freshman year of high school, playing football, getting in that weight room. I remember Coach Natoli was our head coach, and he would have us, you'd practice doing cleans with the barbell.
Awesome.
And I could not do cleans to save my life. He would get mad, like, get over here, get in this barbell, and I would sit there. It took me weeks to get it, just to do one clean with the barbell.
Awesome.
And then it just went from there, kept doing it every year, fell in love with it, graduated high school, joined a CrossFit gym over there, Missing Link CrossFit.
Yeah.
And then that's when the shit talking started. Let me tell you, being able to do the snatches and cleans that was rough. But yeah, that's where I started for weightlifting, and I haven't stopped since.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. That's a lot like my story. When I tell people, hey, I've been doing this, I'm 35, 23 years. I can say I did a legitimate first competition at 15 with a snatch and clean and jerk. But a lot like you, I was doing it for athletics. Mm-hmm. And you also wrestled, right?
Yep.
So that power that we generate from a clean, from the squats, from the snatch, obviously like baseball players and maybe the quarterback, we probably don't want to introduce the snatch to them at 15, but you played offensive line,
mm-hmm.
right? So
right guard.
Yeah, definitely want to be producing force and a ton of it when you got a 280-pound, 300-pound defensive tackle coming your way kind of thing. So pretty cool stuff. And then, 23 now, you can literally legitimately say, hey, you've been weightlifting, 8, 9, at least know what it is. And then to see someone go from a high school weight room to nationals is a huge accomplishment, man. Congratulations on that. You've heard that from me 1,000 times, but I couldn't be proud of it. I couldn't be any more proud of you, and just to see where you go in the next few years is what I'm super excited about. But so literally we're in a high school weight room at Richlands High School to Detroit, downtown, representing your gym, the United States Air Force. I'll say this, with Labor Day coming up, nurses, school teachers, our military, law enforcement, we want to definitely give those guys a salute. And I know for our gym personally, we're doing something special for them for Christmas. I hate for any of our folks that are going to miss the Christmas competition and our Christmas party, but we're doing a big shebang for those guys this year. It's going to be a blast. Man, I've got gym members, that want to buy our military law enforcement dinner that night, and it's going to be pretty cool stuff. So we started weightlifting in high school. What did your training routine look like leading up to nationals? That last block that you did, that might have been the last 8-10 weeks. What did that look like?
Heavy weights, a lot of volume. We went after it. These last couple of weeks. That was probably the hardest training I've done.
Awesome.
For any event other than like maybe wrestling, but that was
great.
That was a lot.
And I know it got interrupted. You had to go TDY. Mm-hmm. Won't get into too many details on that, but you had to leave for 2 weeks.
I got some weightlifting in there.
Yep.
Went to the I can't remember the name of the gym, but it was over in Panama City. No AC outside with the garage doors open. Rusty
Awesome.
bars, sweat everywhere.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we got some good videos of those ones too.
Oh yeah.
What did like a week look like of training? Like 4 days, 5 days, Monday, Tuesday?
Monday through Saturday.
Awesome.
With the exception of Wednesday. Wednesday was usually my day to relax, stretch, and then, get after it on a Saturday.
Great. And then, I've seen you mature and progress as a weightlifter, in terms of habits and stuff like that. Is there something that you did, the last 6 months that you can say that, hey, it's a good habit for someone to pick up on, or something that they can learn from that you learned and that you implement and do every day?
I mean, it's one you always hear a lot, it's what you do when nobody's looking that counts. There's been days where everybody's gone when I was in Florida and I was by myself, and it was those, man, I don't want to do this workout, I don't want to be here right now, and it was trying to find the love for the sport again. Yeah. Because we've talked about it for a long time. I didn't do the sport because I wanted to be, an Olympic lifter. I did it because I enjoyed working out with everybody in the gym, and it just kind of turned into, might as well take this a little serious because, I'm spending all this time on this sport. I'm here every day. I'm here on my own weekends,
Yeah, that's
swinging weights.
That's incredible, and for something that goes from fun for health and fitness, and then something that turn the switch on and you're going complete serious for 8 weeks to 10 weeks, that is grueling on the body, grueling on the mind, and it's great. I talk with people about deloading. We got a deload week next week. I literally want you to do everything besides doing heavy snatches, heavy clean jerks, and heavy squats. Reset the mind, reset the body, and that's a great habit. To tell someone like, hey, when coach isn't watching, your gym mates or your teammates, your weightlifting team, is not paying attention. What the heck are you doing? And that'll help people out a ton because, hey, they want 110% attention all the time. That's not going to happen. That doesn't happen for the NFL football player when he's not training with the Minnesota Vikings and he's training back at his high school. What's going on there? What kind of habits are you, using and doing on a day-to-day basis? And then I want to talk the biggest thing. I think this is going to be a golden nugget for everybody. The discipline that you displayed with the weight loss to weight cut. You were hovering around like 94, 93 kilos, and you lost, people, if you don't know, 2.204 is a kilo in pounds. So, we're talking about we lost a good 10, 12 pounds to get down to the 89 class. What are some of the things you did for nutrition?
So, nutrition-wise, I really cut on the fast food because, I don't, before, we hit that training cycle, I kind of ate whatever I wanted. I worked out, I can afford to do that. But when it came to losing the weight, it was like, we got to call that crap out. I went to clean eats. I got, prep meals, basically no carbs, chicken, quinoa, or lettuce, salads, and
awesome.
Fish, everything.
Done for you.
A lot of water too. Drink a lot of water. No alcohol. I went 3 months without any alcohol. Made a deal with you and Coach Scout, and he's, you know what? I can just no drinking, not a lick of alcohol for 3 months, and I can say that definitely helped.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there for a second and repeat that. 90 days without alcohol. That is discipline displayed at its highest level from a 23-year-old. That is maturity at the highest, 1 out of 10 scale, that is a 12, folks. And I have folks that, have some ambitions and some dreams or some goals. And we're talking about losing 10, 12 pounds for a sport. If you're looking for health or fitness, and we're looking for life changes, that nutrition, he cut back the carbs. He increased his conditioning. He did some meal prep so he knew he was eating healthy for himself. Cutting out the fast food. Those are some huge habits and tips that folks can take away from this. And to see your body transform, we went to weigh-ins and Darian's abs were showing and bulging through the skin, man. So really, really cool. And, you got to feel good about that discipline that was displayed, and you can go back and, a year from now and tell yourself, I can do this. 5 years from now, you can do this. 10 years from now, you can do this. So if someone's struggling with a little bit of discipline, I always tell people the biggest answer is what you see in that dang on mirror. We have the ability to change ourselves every single day and improve on it. And to see you do that, man, was incredible for a 23-year-old without alcohol. And we traveled. We were a team together. We went multiple places, hanging out the weeks before training, and we'd have some barbecues and a beer and Darian's drinking water.
Going TDY, everybody's like, oh, come on, let's go drink. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not going to do it. And it was it's funny. The first day was probably the only day where I was like, can I really do this? And I'm like, yeah, this is no problem. No alcohol is easy. That was after that first day, 3 months went by like it was nothing. I'm like, I can keep doing this. This is, I realized I don't need to have that kind of thing.
Yep.
It just made it easier.
Wasted calories, negative return on your investment. It's one of those things that I see people all the time that want to lose 10 pounds. Coach Mike, want to lose 10 pounds. You drink Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What are we doing, folks?
Yep.
It's just something that we can reflect on, look at, and hopefully you have a goal. That you can say, hey, this is what I want to get to. A few was because of weight class, we had to get to 89 kilos, but if anyone that's listening to this is like, hey, I want to go from 160 to 150 or 225 to 215, bam, guys, there's some simple advice right there. Looking at the nutrition, what you're taking in with calories a day, increasing the conditioning. I know you're literally pulling sleds, walking, biking, running on Sundays on your day offs, and then, alcohol out, lots of water coming in, so just awesome stuff. And then, we get into the Nationals experience of game day. That was an awesome week. Our team actually got to be there, support each other. Darian was the first one to go, and the scout went second, and Mr. Alex was the last one to go. But, what was the biggest takeaway? What was the number one thing for you that you learned from that experience at Nationals that you're going to take with you going forward for the years to come?
So for me, it was kind of what we brought up earlier about the camaraderie and sportsmanship. The amount of just how all the athletes that I met and talked to, which is so nice and just like open about it. You have your alpha males that are just the best at what they do, but even then,
don't talk to them.
But even then, I had a great time talking to people, just meeting random people, sharing platforms with people, connections.
That's great.
And then when you go out and lift, man, they don't even know you, and they're cheering you on when you lift. When you miss or make, they come talk to you,
Absolutely.
And that was probably my favorite part, was just getting to meet people, and obviously lifting on a national stage. But it was definitely meeting people for sure.
And, every time I go to nationals, or myself, or a teammate, or a client, I always say, we're going to get a chance to share a platform with someone. They're going to be one of the extremes, super awesome, super nice and supportive. You guys will literally be competing against each other like you guys were, and that, we get into it on a clean and jerk with this guy with the 145, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, this happens every single time. This guy's walking back cheering you on, he's walking out and you're cheering him on. Just awesome camaraderie, sportsmanship that was displayed, and everyone that went there, you finished the highest on our team. We were top 10. I believe at the end of the day it was like 8 out of 24. You beat freaking 18, 16 people, man. That's a huge accomplishment. And for the ones that don't listen or don't understand the sport that are listening, they kind of break it up into sessions. So there's, out of the 28 guys, 14 were in one session, 14 were in a B session. And that's ranked off of your entry total, what you qualified with. So Darian was ranked going into it, 10th to 12th. So he got to go into A session. The bottom 14 would be in the B session. And, to see the top 12 slug it out and you guys cheer each other on, it's pretty neat. And I'll say this, I know for a fact that it is top 10. You're the only active duty member that's 23 out there competing at Nationals. That's something to be super proud of, serving the country, working your butt off. I've seen you come into the gym freaking, 8 o'clock in the morning, or vice versa. You're getting off at freaking 5 p.m., coming in here, working the third shift, the late shift, all of that. So really awesome experience to see from a U25 lifter serving the country, maybe going against a whole bunch of college students and stuff like that might not have the responsibilities as a staff sergeant does. So kudos to you on that one, man. That is really cool. So other things on Nationals, what was like your favorite part, man? Like Detroit, was it the lifting? Was it the warm-up hall? What was your favorite part of the whole experience?
I think the warm-up hall and meeting some Olympians for the first time.
Oh yeah, man.
Meeting Kane and seeing CJ lift, and I'm like, I spent the last 3 years watching them lift on social media, and here they are, and face to face. 2 platforms away from you,
we're slinging around weights, and it was the first week of July. End of July, those guys were in Tokyo, representing our country. So really cool experience, awesome moment. What was your least favorite thing about Nationals?
Paying for it.
Oh yeah,
paying for it. When I tell you that with the way things are going on in the world with COVID and lockdowns and not being for sure if we can lift, that was probably the most stressful part. I would say lifting was the easiest part. Like I came here to do this. I've been spending weeks training for this. I would say that was the easiest part, was getting in, going and lifting. The hardest part was just, can I even get to the event? Am I going to even make it?
Yeah.
All that work, and it could all be washed away because of COVID and the way things are.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about that being the new normal and stuff like that. And the great thing about sport is everyone has to deal with it. At all levels. It really doesn't matter what state you're from, but everyone's wearing masks, trying to be safe, be respectful of the person next to us.
Yep.
There are some some coaches that are in their 60s, 70s that are still out there training athletes. I don't want to be the person responsible for getting someone else sick. So, absolutely with COVID and the expense wise. I will say this: when it comes down to Olympic weightlifting, it is probably still cheaper than a golfing habit.
Oh yeah.
It is probably cheaper than a boating habit. So
it's a 401k right there. That's life savings.
Yep, absolutely. That's great, man. Thanks for sharing those experiences. I think those lessons on discipline and displaying that at that level, at the highest level, is something to be super proud of. And folks that are listening to this that have a fitness goal or a nutrition goal or weight loss goal, bam, there's some gold nuggets for you guys can take away from this. And then I always like to end it with some fun 60-second rapid questions. I'm going to throw a couple curveballs in here, but pretty fun stuff. What's your favorite post-protein?
Steak.
Love it. Favorite pre-workout? You guzzle down. What do you like?
Total War. I would think Tiger's Blood, or that new one we got with the American flag on it. Those are probably my favorite.
Patriotic one. I like that one. Where's your weightlifting goals? 2-3 years.
2-3 years. Well, go to nationals again.
Absolutely.
American Open. That's a big goal. That's something I have to really. That's gonna be a tough one, but it's definitely in my scope. That's something I want to at least get the experience.
Being 23, 24, 25, and then we're going to tap into, when you hit 25, you got to go with the seniors to qualify for that. It's a huge accomplishment, and just looking forward to those, and got that on your calendar of this is where my body needs to be at this time is pretty incredible. Next ones are getting pretty fun. What equipment do you prefer, Rogue or Eleiko weightlifting equipment?
Eleiko.
Awesome. Does nice Olympic weightlifting equipment really matter?
I would say not really. It's nice to have a nice barbell. It's nice to have the nice plates and everything. But like I said, when I went out to Panama City, I had rusty bars, maybe some weights, no chalk, and I still got the work done. It was nice to have the nice bar again, but
don't need a $1,000 bar or a back squat freaking the 200 kilos.
The 400 barbell that they had for 10 years worked perfectly fine.
Yep, absolutely. Favorite out of the two, snatch or clean or jerk?
Snatch.
Great.
For sure.
Great. Deadlift or squatting?
I think today we saw the squat's definitely my favorite movement.
Awesome. All right, waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
Okay.
Pancakes for sure.
What's your go-to post-workout?
It's clean eats. Okay. Honestly, it's kind of, clean eats. It's easy and it has what I need and nothing extra.
Love it. Favorite workout music?
Death and Destruction, heavy metal, rock, all of it.
Love it, man.
Loud noises.
Well, Darian, man, thanks for spending the time with us. Happy Labor Day to everyone who's listening to this. Out to our military, man, we nothing but respect for what you do on a daily basis, man, serving our country and the way you do, picking up Staff Sergeant here in the last year, and looking forward to your military career, and thank you for your service, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate for having me.
We'll close it out. Darian pre-orders snatch today and pre-orders back squat, so you guys have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.